Sithanda sikwamukele mbukeli mangabe usanda kungena nje ke sikubingelele Ekhaya Jikelele lesibonga kakhulu sisahlanganyela kanye nathi ihora lesibili mangabe usanda kungena siyabonga mbukeli ke esithesa khuluma ngakho ke ehora lethu lokuqala sike saxoxisana solwazi ke ubheka imgomezulu mayilana ke nomhlangano obuzoba khona kwesigungu esiphezulu lapha yase ANC malungana nezinkulumo zikalowo nobhala Jikelele kwe-ANC ufikile Mbalula siphinde futhi saxoxisana nosamukele Maseko mayilana nalo futhi iqembu ANC makhulu
njalo siyaqhubha simanga apha ekhaya Jikelele bukeli ke masibulise kumakhaya ngamakhaya kwindawo ngendawo enithe qhwa ezonqakumba zamehlo sicamagusha ke kwizithili zonke ewe kwaBhaca ewe emampontweni ewe emahlubini okanti ke mbukela ukhumbuza ngamanqaku esithe sawenza seletshilo kaloku ugqawami into yokubana sichaphazele umbutho oqhuzula imikhala ye-ANC othi ke uzawuchophela umba kanobhala Jikelele weqela ufikile Mbalula kunye ke nosihlalo uGwede Mantashe kusekuninzi mbukeli esikuphathele kona nakule iyure lixelela kaloku ngendwendwe ezawuthi sisihambele sinaso isimo sezulu ezemidlalo dibala ntoni na ndimlo ke ukholo saka lubisi umadlongothi maziphuma mshukuma umazondwa ngezinto zakhe mbukeli masijonge eziphala phambili kule yure.
Just as this generation of journalists held the powerful to account, we continue to count on today's generation of media workers.
Umongameli uCyril Ramaphosa ukhuthaze intatheli nabafoti ukuba bazama ukulandela ekhondweni likagqirha Peter Magubane ongcwatywe izolo kumangcwaba eFourways eGauteng.
The main thing is to collect points, especially come next week. You know, our opening game is so important.
Kwezemidlalo umqeqeshi wabafana Hugo Bruce uthi umdlalo wabo nemali uzawucacisa ibanga elihanjwa yibafana kwe-AFCON e-Ivory Coast.
Umengameli uRamaphosa wethula inkulumo yokuhlonipha isishoshovu somzabalazi we-SABC ngumethwebuli wezithombe ubaba uPeter Magubane. uMagubane wathwebula izithombe ezimqoka emlandweni walapha eNingizimu Afrika ngesikhathi sohulumeni wobandlululo. uMagubane ubekwe endlini yakhe yokugcina emathuneni ase-Fourways eGoli.
Udokotela uMagubane ubetuswa ngeqhaza lomsebenzi wakhe eqombeni phansi uhulumeni wobandlululo kuleli ngenxa izithombe azithwebula. Lezi zithombe zifaka phakathi ezabe zibonisa umhlaba icala eladuma kakhulu iRovonia trial, imashi yabesifazane yango-1956, imashi yabafundi bango-1976 kanye nezinye izigameko ezenzeka ngesikhathi sobandlululo. Indodakazi yakhe ufikile Magubane ithi kwayithatha isikhathi ukuqonda ubumqoka bomsebenzi kayise ezweni.
One of the things I often think about as his daughter is that there were many crossroads at which I felt very confused at the road my father took. As a true daddy's girl, I wanted nothing more but to be with him all the time. It took me growing up to begin to understand the kind of man he was.
Uqweqwe lentatheli olwabe luyibambe noMagubane ephephabhukwini drum uJoe Hlolwe ithi uMagubane wabe eqhuqhuzela ukubambisana phakathi kwezintatheli.
Peter Magubane, always generous, always trying to build rather than pull down. If there's one message we carry from him here as journalists, it's that we need to work as a team. One might succeed better than the other, but ultimately we need to hold hands.
uMagubane owahlonishwa ngendondo iNet Nagasa Award for Courageous Journalism ubezivela ngomculo wejazz okukhona kuwo nengoma kaMakadebona emculweni Abigail Kubheka esihloko sithi Love Makes a Woman.
It's a jazz song. Oh, yeah. When the fire, I tell you it was burning, and I know I should have been learning. Yes, my pockets, I tell you, we're full of money.
Inkonzo yomngcwabo ibithanyelwe nangumengameli wezwe uCyril Ramaphosa kwazise lengqalabutho ihlonishwe ngomngcwabo osesigabeni sesibili ezingeni lesifundazwe.
We as the South African people are giving richly deserved recognition to Dr. Magubane for his contribution to the important craft of journalism. Above all, we are doing so because bearing witness to injustice everywhere, in all its forms, is and will forever remain an act of courage that is worthy of the highest acclaim.
Magubane udlule emhlabeni lolunye kwephezulu eneminyaka engamashumi kanti emhlabeni ushiya izingane zakhe, abazukulu kanye nabazukulwana.
Isebe lentsebenziswano urhulumente kwiphondo laKwaZulu-Natal lisathethathethana nesebe lezamanzi nogutyulo kuzwelonke ngenjongo zokuqulunqa amacebo okujongana nezikhukhula zaseMnambithi. Okuke kuza emva kokuba esisixeko siphinde sathwaxwa zizikhukhula kwakhona ngobusuku bangomvulo emva kwezandyondyo zemvula ezandulela iKrisimesi. Osomashishini bathi ezi zikhukhula zixhaphakile kwesisixeko ukusukela ngonyaka ka-2021. Sodolophu ke umasipala wase-Alfred Duma u-Alfred SABC unabe wenjenje.
It is becoming a norm that every beginning of the year, January up to March, we are experiencing these floods. As the new council that was sworn in on the 17th of December 2001, we took it upon ourselves that in our 5-year term we want to ensure that this town flooding is put to an end. Yes, it might look like we have failed for now, but there are things that we are doing. We enlisted the services of SOPEC consultants who advised us, who gave us some advice, like the non-functional valves, like your water catchment areas, especially the Windsor Dam, that is normal, and also the vegetation in the river. We communicated all that with the Provincial Department of Cogta. We even contacted the Water and Sanitation Department. They gave us plus or minus 14 million, which we spent on purchasing the valves.
Umnyango wezemfundo KwaZulu-Natal udalule ukuthi umonakalo obangelwe izikhukhula zakamuva engxenyeni zesifundazwe uzoba nomthelela ongemuhle kwezinye indawo njengoba kuzovulwa igole ngolesithathu lizayo. Indawo yaseMnambithi ibalwa nalezo indawo ezikhahlamezeke kakhulu ngomonakalo wengqalasizinda efana nezikole.
Izisebenzi zomnyango zithi izikole eziningi zilimalile ezikhukhuleni kwathi ezinye zacekelwa phansi kuntshontshwa impahla zokufundisa nokufunda. Isikolo iChatsworth Secondary eseningizimu yeTheku esinye sezikole ezicekelwe phansi izigebengu ebezizontshontshwa izitambo zikagesi kanye namawindi emaklasini angu-20. Umonakalo ulinganiselwa ku-100,000 wamarandi. Yize kusaqhutshekwa nokuhlonzwa ubungakanani bomonakalo owenziwe izimvula, Umnyango uthi ukhathazekile ngezikolo ezisemnambithi kanye nasedandi.
Angeke ingabi khona impact masikhuluma iqiniso ngoba ezinye izikolo zilimale kakhulu, ezinye zilimale kancane ukuthi izokwazi ukusebenzisela. But impact izodalwa ama delays ukuthi kwenzeka lokho iposition yethu yemali ayikho kahle hle.
Izinyunyana zothisha zithi zikhathazeke kakhulu ngokuthi izikolo zikulungele yini ukuvula.
Qiniso ukuthi kuyimanje sesitholile imbiko ngezikole eziqhekeziwe but okusimangazayo ke this time around ukuthi njengoba ke ntshontshwe izinto zasemakhishini ama-computer nani kuloko ke ntshontshwa i-stationery sisayibhekisisa ukuthi akungenzeki yini ukuthi ngalento ungakhokhi komnyango sekukhona abantu mhlasimba bamuva i-stationery la basimuve basise kwesinye isikole.
Umnyango wethu uhlulekile ukuba unikezele lezi zinsiza ezanele. Eyiningi izikole zithola nje ikota yemali engabe ingenile ukuze bakwazi ukuthenga izinsiza kufunda nokufundisa.
Umnyango wezemfundo uthi uzothumela omahamba nendlwane kulezo zikole ezikhahlamezeke izikhukhula. Mlondi Khatebe, SABC News, eThekwini.
Ityala loMzantsi Afrika ngakwilizwe laseSirayeli lizaxoxwa namhlanje kwinkundla yezizwe ngezizwe eHague eNetherlands. UMzantsi Afrika utyhola iSirayeli ngokubulala abantu kwimfazwe neqela lomkhosi wasePalestine iHamas. Kanti ke umphathiswa wezobulungisa uRonald Lamula ukhokela ke igqiza lezomthetho loMzantsi Afrika kwelityala. Uthi inkundla liqonge elifanelekileyo lokulwisana nezenzo zenkohlakalo zakwaSirayeli eGaza. Umongameli ke uCyril Ramaphosa uzaba inxalenye lenkqubo nge-internet. UMzantsi Afrika ufuna ukuba i-ICJ ikhuphe umyalelo wethutyana oza kumisa ngoko nangoko amaphulo omkhosi wamaSirayeli eGaza.
uNkosinathi Maphumulo odume ngelika Black Coffee njengo DJ ungaconsi phansi kwabaningi ungeniswe esibhedlela kulandela ukubandakanyeka engozini. Ngokwestatement esishicilelwe ekhasini lakhe enkundleni yokuxhumana uX uBlack Coffee ubandakanyeke engozini yezindiza ngezikhathi elibangise eArgentina lapho ebeyonandisa khona. Lesi statement esibalulene ukuthi ke lengozi yenzeke engazelele imshiye limele okuphoqeke ukuthi ayokwelashwa esibhedlela eseUruguay. Kuqinisekisiwe ke nabalandeli bakhe kanye nabathandi bomculo ukuthi yelulama esibhedlela.
Siyathandaza Mzantsi Afrika into yokubana alulame uBlack Coffee. Kanti mbukeli ke masindwendwele ivenkile eqiniseka into yokubana awugunqe kusekuninzi esiniphathele kona ubukele Ekhaya Jikelele.
Siphinde sikamukele mbukeli Ekhaya Jikelele sibonga kakhulu ukuthi sahlanganyele kanye nathi. iBafana Bafana idlale ngokulingana neLesotho emidlalweni ke wobungani ngaphambi kokuthi ilibangise eIvory Coast emidlalweni yendebe iAfrica Cup of Nations. Abafana ke baka Hugo Bruce bebenethuba okuyilona lodwa lokuyilungiselela ngaphambi kokuthi ke baye eIvory Coast lapho bezoqala khona ukudlala kulomqhudelwano ngomhla we-16 kwephezulu bebhekene nemali. Ngemva kwalokho ke izotholana phezulu neNamibia eyinsukwini ezinhlanu ngaphambi kokuphetha imidlalo yamaqoqo ngokudlala neTunisia. Ukutholakala kabanzi ngamalungiselelo eBafana Bafana sixhumana nomethuli wezemidlalo womsakazo umhlobo wenene uThando Gqamane. Thando sikubingelele ohlelweni sikwamukele Ekhaya Jikelele.
Yeah, Xoshman bulise kuwe nibulise nakubabukeli bonke Jikelele.
Siyabulisana kuwe. Izolo ke iBafana Bafana idlala umdlalo wayo wokugcina wokuyilungiselela neLesotho lapho bebambane khona ngeqanda. Ingaba hambe kanjani amalungiselelo eBafana Bafana?
Yeah, Xoshe man ngabule nga Hugo Bruce uthi uhappy kakhulu Sixhosa ngamalungiselelo abo ndicinga eyona nto imenza happy uHugo Bruce into yokubana bebenalo ixesha laneleyo to sit in camp zonke iplayers bezibizile from the 50 squad and squad yafika ngaphandle nje ko-line ebesaqhuba ke yena kula process yakhe yoxinzelelo lwengqondo Burnley iqela lakhe England lalitshilo nje kakuhle into kokubana ukwiprogram eyohlukileyo yena and nabo ndicinga fanele bakhe bathethana neSouth African football ngokumreleasa kuba ke bamenzele iprogram ethile uLyle Foster mhlawumbe iyo lonto engeyonxalenye yeliqela nayo uHugo Bruce uyawaqonda into kokubana uphose imidlalo eminingi kakhulu eye isondela kuyo le Africa Cup of Nations ngoku ngamanye amaxesha uyayidestabilize iteam xa uzawuvele uyothatha umdlali mhlawumbe ebengeyonxalenye yale team ixesha elininzi so ngaphandle kwaleyo even nayo uHugo Bruce uthi bana hayi abantu abaninzi bangajonga iscore line salo mdlalo wabo neLesotho akayiboni into ngathi anganexhala ngayo iscore line sabo kulomdlalo because bebengakhangela uwina bebekhangela unika abadlali imilenze babekhangela unika abadlali ixesha ebaleni bayingqubile ibhola around making sure into bani conditioning ne tactical fitness yabo ne awareness yabo ilayitile phambi koba bahambe baye kule tumente keeping a clean sheet is also good it means that benze lanto bafuna uyenza naxa bedlala nezinye team ba control iball position so and he played just about wonke umuntu kula 23 men half time change team yonke bakhona abangakhange babe enxalenye ye team Ronwen Williams oThemba Zwane ezi players ezo ezijongiweyo ezinikwa a little bit of more time when Sixhosa for ubana ke ziphumle kuba uyabacela amaqona abacela njengemamelodi Sundowns they are playing way too many games at this stage of the season so kubalekile uyanabo abo badlali be fresh kwi tournament so that they can give their best.
Usakhuluma ke ngaba abadlali ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi babe fresh engxoxweni ke nabeindaba nomqeqesho bafana uHugo Bruce naye uthe cha kusamphethe kabi ukuthi iPSL phela ivuma ukuthi kuthathwe ikhefu emidlalweni yesizini ngozibandlela nyakenye nokuthi nje futhi yenqabela abadlali baseqenjini lebafana eAfcon ukuthi phela bathathe ikhefu elithe kuba elithe xaxa ngesikhathi amaholidays phela bafike kulomqhudelwano sebeqaqulekile nje sebe right usubona ukuthi cha bafit ngabona kuthina ukuphawula kwakho ke ngalokho.
Hey, Sixhosa bekusoloke kuzawubanzima fondini. Bekusoloke kuzawubanzima because lezi international break zininzi and ngaphandle kwezi international break a lot of teams the top 4 teams at South Africa are playing continental competitions. It's only 3 now that are still pushing and going that far as continental competitions. But against Sixhosa, this is a big fight. It's a bigger fight than Hugo Bruce. It's a fight between South African Football Association and Premier Soccer League. So ayo fight ezawuphela today okanye ngomsole because udali manje senzeka Sixhosa from players needing to be released to go and join the national camp iPSL clubs zingavumi it's because the PSL ibanike igunya loba mabangavumi Sixhosa because if the PSL would put umthetho or strong that when the club must let you go but the clubs want to win trophies. They want to collect points. They believe that this is the best time because the bigger clubs, most importantly, they can give players so that they see a chance to compete in bigger clubs. That's why Hugo Bruce, when Sixhosa, he has had to go to Polokwane cities and get the Ashwin policies, go to these small, so to speak, as teams ayofumana players ezibonakalisayo into kokubana zikulandela udlalela iqela lesizwe kwaye akazosokoliswa xa efuna players eziyi10 zeMamelodi Sundowns so ngcono athathe zibe ntathu okanye zibene ahamba uqokelela nezinye ezintathu ezine kwabanye amaqela so it's forcing him in a corner but uyiqhelile le corner kuyo Hugo Bruce wenza lento yi1 nangoku yawa kuzawuwina le Africa Cup of Nations esacoacha emandla eAfrica.
Thanda ucabanga ukuthi ke iqembu libe nesikhathi esanele yini sokulungiselela lo mqhudelwano?
Hey, Sixhosa, Leo will always be a hot topic because if 5 days in Cape Town is a good time. But during that 5 days, what were they doing? Mostly conditioning. mostly kutsalwa i-data because bapha kwi-high performance eStellenbosch. So kuyajongwa i-fitness levels, kwenziwa i-fitness test, whoever has i-niggles, ukwi-recovery, abanye bakwi-rehab ngela xesha, and kuyalolongwa kulowudwa i-muscles so that in the next few days sizawutrayina light kamnandi sibe siyazi the fitness we already have it la kuthi inside. So it was enough time, but you can't have enough time without playing enough matches. So Leo Indo will definitely come in to haunt us. We should have at least been able to arrange matches, noba zimbini, noba zintathu, good high quality matches, maybe say a month or 2 months before the Africa Cup of Nations. But again, we have to look at the Premier Soccer League and whether they are going to give them a break, are they going to give them, release them players, early ibafana sibonile londo ingenzeki. So I don't think we can look at these preparations and say they were the best preparations they got, but they had enough time to look at izinto ezibalulekileyo.
Mangabe sibheka isafake yona inqume ukuxazulula inkinga kezimayelana namabonus kusenesikhathi ukuze phela igwemeke isimo esithi asifane nalesi sebanyana sasibona senzeka ngonyaka wedlule ngaphambi kwendebe yomhlaba ukuze phela nabadlali nje bebafana bagxilisa imiqondo yabo ekuthini ke banqobe lomqhudelwano. Ingabe lokho ubona ukuthi kungayisiza bafana?
Xoshe lezi zinto lezi bengafanelanga ubana sisazithetha kuna namhlanje. Bekufanele bezinto eziziza zigqityiwe xa kusithiwa nansi i-tournament i-South African Football Association akho need yobihlale phansi ne-players ukhe kuthethwane ngee-bonuses. Bekufanele ubana njengabantu abangabaphathi Xoshe bathi kuni nansi iscale sebonus zenu niya accepta okanye phofu kwanalo accept okanye if Xoshe unika umuntu into eworthy of what you are saying you are going to do there. I should be giving you something worthy, promising you something worthy of you winning that trophy and coming back with it. We won't have any quarrels if undinika into and xoliswa yiyo Xoshe. Otherwise, if abadlali abaxoli, they will always voice themselves. So at least lena into it didn't spill and get ugly, but it shouldn't have even nakubanyana banyana. But yayibona ke lento solo besiyilwa Xoshe of degrading and also unganiki amanina the right value and the right attention that is needed, because the best chance we had of winning and actually going very far was with the women who had just won the Africa Cup of Nations, and now they were going to compete against the whole entire world. We should not have been at that stage. But now with Bafana, we are going merely for the AFCON, but yet everything must be sorted, you know. So this discrepancy, the South African Football Association, I hope they've learned, because what will happen next, Banyana will boycott a huge tournament. And then kuphinde kube backlash on the banyana, but the treatment that they are getting from the mother body, it's not the same as the Bafana.
Yeah, Thando, nangesikhathi ke Bafana igcina ukudlala lapha endebeni iAFCON, iyehluleka ukudlulela emzuliswaneni olandelayo. Ubona ukuthi kulonyaka kuzoyihambela kahle nanokuthi nje ke kulamaqembu amathathu Bafana eqhathwe naye esigabeni samaqoqo, yiliphi iqembu okungaba nzima ukubhekana nalo?
Xoshe, kuzaba nzima kuwo umathathu lamaqela lana. Imali is a closed book kuthi Xoshe. Imali noMzantsi Afrika ndicinga bakwanje zona kuba kuthiwe zidlala kunye kuba zagqibela nini. It has been years and years and years Xoshe nje, just even an international friendly between these two teams. So it's not going to be easy nje nala opening game. Imali normally physical, they are big in stature, ngabantu noko obaziba bayayidominate ibala. So we will need to be very smart when we play Mali, and we will need to work extra hard. We will need to turn them around. We will need to make short, quick, intermediate passes. We will need to make sure siyadlula kubo by spaces, by using his spaces, because physically, if we're going to put the ball 50-50, Mali will win that ball. In the air, we can't play in the air versus Mali. They are way too stronger than us in the air, and they are way too taller. So that will be a difficult game. Look at the second game also in Xoshe. It will definitely also be a difficult game. South Africa have not, been consistently playing against nations like Tunisia. It has been a while. The only team that I think we can get away there with playing and perhaps beating convincingly will be in Namibia. But Oshalulile, we have to make sure that because they know the players, and majority of that Namibian team know our players. So when we we play Namibia, it's almost like it's all South Africans playing against each other. So that's going to be tough. And now we are going to the highest level of a competition. In Namibia qualified very well. So it will be tough to come out of this group. In Tunisia, now we don't have a good record against them. We just do not have a good record against Tunisia. All these North African teams, we really don't have a good record against them. But the way we played against Morocco, we have to take a leaf out of that, because Tunisia, Morocco, more or less the same kind of composition, the same kind of technical analysis. So it will be tough when us Josh to come out of this group. But now I have a very strong feeling that we will come out of this group and we will go through to the last 8.
Hayi Thando, siyabonga kakhulu ke ngesikhathi sakho, sikufisela usuku oluhle.
Siyabulela kakhulu Sixoshe, siyabulela nabo bonke ababukeli bekhaya jikelele.
Lawo ke mbukeli bekuthanda ogqamane womhlobo wenene esixoxela nje ngalokho okungalindelwa emidlalweni yebafana bafana kweye AFCON ke sisiqu 8 sizobuya emva komzuzwana. Siphinde sikwamkeleke mbukeli lapha ekhaya jikelele, sibonge ngesimo sezulu. Muva nje umphakathi oseyindaweni ezithile kwaZulu Natal ukhungethwe zikhukhula. Imigwaqo, amabloho nezindlu, ugesi, ingqalasizinda kanye nezokuxhumana konakele kakhulu. Ukusebenza kwezokuthutha nakho kuphazamisekile. Indawo yaseMnambithi ithola imvula enamandla eholela ekutheni ke kube nezikhukhula ezidlule nempilo yabantu abaningi. iSouth African Weather Service sikhipheke nesixwayiso sokuthi kungalindeleke ezinye imvula enamandla kakhulu, kanti ke lezi zikhukhula zishaye kwezwela emabhizinisini akule ndawo. Ukuxoxisana ke nathi kabanzi ngokuphazamiseka kwamabhizinisi kule ndawo, sixhumana ke ngohlelo lweZoom nosomabhizinisi uThembani Makhubo weMakhubo Funerals. Sikubingelele Thembani, sikwamkelela ekhaya jikelele, sibonge ngesikhathi sakho namhlanje kuseni.
Ngibingelele nama, ngibingelele bonke abalaleli bohlelo namhlanje kuseni uThembani Makhubo lo weMakhubo Funeral Services Ladysmith.
Thembani, ususebenze njengosomabhizinisi isikhathi eside ke Mnambithi. Selokhu nje wasebenza ebhizinisini lakho, wake wawubona yini umonakalo ofuzelo ngenxa yezikhukhula?
Wema yes, ngeke ngawubona umonakalo ofana nalona, ukuthi nje kuloko kube buhlungu kakhulu ngoba abanye abantu baye balahlekelwa imiphefumulo yabo ngomhla ka24. Kahle kahle sewunyaka wesithathu lo sibhekene nalesimo lesi, kulandelana iminyaka. Saqala 3 years iminyaka emithathu endlule, whereby sasiqala ukuyibona lento yamanzi avedane avumbuke kuma drain system esinawo la edolobheni. Then kusuke mase kwenzeka lokho umfula usuke usugcwele, then bese amanzi evumbuka ke avumbukela edolobheni, whereby azovumbukela ngala ngase renki yaseMnambithi no Lyell Street kakhulukazi, even no Forbes, cause indawo ezisenzansi mawuthi uyabuka ngokwakhiwa kwedolobha. So end up amanzi engena evumbuka emgwaqeni, angena ezitolo, angena nakuthina, kwamoshakala zonke into ezingaphakathi.
Thembani, leli business lakho lezemngcwabo lincike kakhulu kwezokuthutha nakugesi. Ungathi nje lezi ikhukhulo ziliphazamisa kanjani ibhizinisi lakho?
Mazisiphazamisa kakhulu, ngifuna uqamamanga sidonsa kanzima once kwaba nekhukhula ngoba okokuqala nje kuchaza ukuthi ezinye indawo ngesikwazi ukufinyelela asingesikwazi ukuthola lutho office mase kuthose kwenzeke leyo nto leyo. Uthola ukuthi eminye imindeni iyasifonela ngaso leso sikhathi seyikhukhula sebedlulele omunye welunga lomndeni ekhaya. Uthola ukuthi asikhona ukufinyelela leyo ndawo ngenxa yekhukhula. Kwezinye indawo sekukhukhuleka amabloho, kwezinye indawo udrive uzofona asho ukuthi imoto sivele yabhajwa engakafikwa kufika. Kwezinye indawo bazofisa ukuthi bagcwalise amaphepha abo ukuze benze ama-claim ukuze nemingcwabo iqhubeke. Uthola ukuthi office akungeneki, akwenzeki lutho ngalelo langa lelo noma ngalezo nsuku lezo. And uthola ukuthi lento mayenzeka isishanje ukuthi sibheke kwimpela viki lapho kumele khona kube nemingcwabo ebakhona. Uthola ukuthi eminye kuze kufinyelele ekutheni kumele ihlehliswe ngoba ayikho into esuke ingenzeka.
Manje ke ungathi nje ke Thembani ibhizinisi lakho lishaka kanjani ke noma kakhulu kangakanani ngokwemali?
Wemali ishaya kakhulu, ngifuna ukukhohlisa ngisho ngithi kule minyaka emithathu kwenzeke lento lena singaphezulu kwa 2 million indleko nje zomonakalo osukwenzile ngoba mayike yenzeka lento kuchaza ukuthi ioffice kumele liqale phansi.
Manje ngaphandle kwelakho ibhizinisi, uma ngabe nje ubuka amanye amabhizinisi kakhulukazi lawa asafufusa, asengakwazi yini ukuthi ke aphinde mhlawumbe asimame emva kokudamba kwalesimo?
Amanye ukukhuluma nje iqiniso kuba nzima ukuthi abuye ngoba nje mangikhuluma nje kwelinye esakhelene nalo bekuyi supermarket, istock sakhona sivele samosheka sonke phakathi. Kwaphela nje wabona ukuthi hayi ususizi lodwa lo ngoba amanye amabhizinisi uthola ukuthi vele ancike ekutheni kuloko okuvele kukhona ngaleso sikhathi kumele kube yikona okukhanda inzuzo nokuthi kiwe phambili. Bese manje ukuthi mase kwenzeka lesimo lesi kugcina manje ibhizinisi kukhosa ukuthi livale. And kubuhlungu ukuvala kwebhizinisi ngoba ibhizinisi malivala alivalelwa umnikazi webhizinisi kuphela, livalelwa imindeni eminingi esuke incike lapho, more especially imindeni yabasebenzi ngoba abasebenzi abaningi abasebenzayo kuchaza ukuthi ibhizinisi malivala nemisebenzi iyaphela, of which vele siyabona ukuthi i-economy ayihambi kahle but kubuhlungu kakhulu masubona nabantu belahlekelwa isinkwa sabo sosuku nosuku.
Siyabona ukuthi uhulumeni cha uyazama kakhulu nje ukulekelela ukwenza ukuthi isimo sibe ngcono. Ngabe mhlawumbe imizamo kahulumeni iyasebenza yini noma ngokubona kwakho khona yini okusadingeka ukuthi kwenziwe okungaphezulu?
Wena ngokubona kwami kusekhona okukhulu okusamele kwenziwe ukudlula lokho uhulumeni akuzamayo kwamanje. Ikakhulukazi nje thina lapho sikhona ngoba sisendaweni ebukeka isenzansi ngokwedolobha. So kusho ukuthi izulu mangabe lina amanzi wonke vele ehlela lapho singakhona ngoba thina siseduze kakhulu nomfula. Umfula mangathi ngiyawubheka mhlambe ungama-kilometer amabili kusuka lapho sikhona. So uhulumeni mhlambe mayengazama ukuthi mhlambe ashintshe indlela umfula ongenisa ngayo noma uzama ukuthi umfula mhlambe uqheliswe edolobheni ngoba angeke kube lula ukuthi osomabhizinisi abakhona ngala basuke kule ndawo esikuyona ngoba kahle kahle sikwi-CBD lapho kuse ngathi niyitolo ngoba silimala sibaningi, limala ngisho nezitolo ezinkulu noma ngeke ngidalwe ngamagama kodwa nje kulimala nezitolo ezinkulu. Even izolo sizamile ukuthi silungise izinto ngoba sesisuku lesithathu singasebenzi namhlanje asizi ukusebenza, sizazama kona ukulungisa ukuthi isimo sithi ukubuyela endleleni yakhona. So njengoba ngisho ngithi uhulumeni mhlambe mayengakathi ukuyifakela ibhuku mhlambe kungenelele neprovince ulekelela umasipala wethu ngoba umasipala wethu uyazama ngendlela ozama ngayo kube ukuthi mhlambe uthola ukuthi indlela ayisebenzisayo noma ezezimali zibuye zimshaya umasipala ngoba lento ivele yenzeke nje esithubeni. Uthola ukuthi mangabe umabhizinisi uzo-understand ukuthi kunento ey'fana nama-budget ekumele zilandelwe, kumele kuphume ama-budget. So uthola ukuthi i-budget maye isiphumile kwenzeka lento ayikho mhlambe imali ebekele eceleni for inhlekelele esuke ifana nalena ngoba imali esuke ikhona uthola ukuthi uhulumeni useyisebenzisela ekutheni usizakala abantu besuke mhlambe imizi yabo simoshekile abangasenandawo yokulala asize labo bantu kuqala bese ke bekhaneke ezobhekela namabhizinisi nawo konke okulandelayo uthi kufika kuleso sigaba uthola ukuthi vele naye amandla awasekho kahle.
Manje nina-ke njengosomabhizinisi bendawo kukhona nenikwenzayo ukuthi nibambisane nohulumeni emzamweni yakhe-ke ukuthi-ke kubonakala ukuthi kuyasizwa lesi simo sibe ngcono?
Weba okwamanje thina abamabhizinisi siye sizama ukusiza mangabe sekunesimo esikanje namhlanje ekutheni ekutabuleni kwabantu basuke uthola ukuthi ngalezo sikhathi sekwenzeka sizama ukulekelela lapho ukuthi abantu mhlambe mangabe sebevalelekile siqhamuke sibe nosizo uthola ukuthi kwabanye uthola ukuthi manje kuze kufike esimeni sokuthi bandlule emhlabeni ngaso lesimo lesi sizama ukuthi singenelele ezimeni ezikanjalo njengoba kuye kwenzeka nakule minyaka sibuya kule holiday lika Christmas lapho kwamuka khona abantu abalapho ko 23 kuya ku 24 so sigcina singenelela uthola ukuthi manje kumele sisize kweminye imindeni sifihle bengakhokheli utho kumahala ngoba kusuke kuwusizo ngokuthini.
Manje ubona ukuthi mhlawumbe ngokuzayo Thembani njengoba nawo usho ukuthi lesi simo sesenzeke iminyaka emithathu yenzeka ngiyakuzwa uyabalula ukuthi uhulumeni mhlawumbe azame ukuthi ashintshe indlela okume ngayo umfula ukuthi ungangeniseli ngapha ngasedolobheni mhlawumbe wena nje njengosomabhizinisi ungathi ungabacebisa kanjani abanye osomabhizinisi osebenzisana nabo ukuthi mhlawumbe ngonyaka ozayo ngoba asifisi ukuthi kuphinde kwenzeke lokhu kodwa uma ngabe zizimvula ukuthi asikakashintshike isimo leso sisho somfula yikuphi mhlawumbe ongamele ukuthi nikwenze ukuze ningayitholi nikule nkinga?
Wesisi kunzima ukusho ukuthi okwamanje yini engenzakala ngoba mangithi mhlambe ake ngithi imvula mangabe iqala ngizothi osomabhizinisi abaqoqa yonke into ekhona kunzima ngeke ukhiphe yonke into mangabe mhlambe usebhizinisini yonke into ephakathi ebhizinisini uyikhiphela ngaphandle akuze ukubalula yiko nje ukuthi kumanje sifisela ukuthi mhlambe uhulumeni esibhekene nawo angasilekelela nje enhlekeleni yokuthi mhlambe kube khona indlela ezovimba ukuthi amanzi angabe khona ngalo lahlobo edolobheni ngoba okokuthi wena masisuke la sikhona akusinto elula akusinto esingayiplana nje enyakeni noma eminyakeni emibili sithi hayi no esingasoma kusuya ngamabhizinisi sesithatha isinqumo sokuthi sisuke ngapha la sikhona siye kwenye indawo akulula kakhulu amalunga esiwasebenzisayo nama-client ethu wonke indawo asuke sesazi ukuthi sila sikhona so mangabe sesishintsha sesisiya kwezinye indawo kuzothanda ukuba nzima ngoba phela mawuthi uyabuka kahle kahle sinindawo esikuyona indawo efuna ukuba indawo yasemakhaya so indawo esemakhaya kakhulukazi isuke inabantu abaningi kakhulu asebabadala ngeminyaka sengisho wona ama-pensioners abantu abahola isibonelelo sikahulumeni so mangabe sesithi siyashintsha sithi hayi asisukeni lapho sikhona sekwenye indawo kuyofana nokuthi kwathina sesiyawahlukumeza kwathina ama-client ethu ngoba manje ukuze afike la sikhona kuyothanda ukuthi kube nzima ngoba kuyobe sekudingeka ukuthi kube nento zokuthutha ezizoya lapho kube sekudingeka ukuthi basicinge futhi ngoba abanye umlayezo ukubona awukhona ukufinyelela ngesikhathi ngoba kwayizolo nje njengoba besinale nkinga amanzi esephelele akade befika izolo kade bemangale besibuza ukuthi amanzi abekuphi so sibuye understand lokho ukuthi sinabantu abadala ukuthi kwezinye indawo akufikeleli umlayezo awufiki ngesikhathi kubona bamangala ngoba sebebona nje komabona kude kwamuva ngoba esezwile umuntu ukuthi kuyoba khona inhlekelele khona emnambi but ngale ngathi yenzeke usuke ngabonanga lutho.
Hawu Thembani sibonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho sengathi nje nesimo singaba ngcono lapho eMnambithi.
Siyabonga kakhulu manani abalaleli bonke babe nosuku oluhle nani station be nosuku oluhle.
Sibonga kakhulu. Lewo ke mbukeli bekuthembani Makhubo Funerals osomabhizinisi eseMnambithi esichazela nje ngokushayeka kwamabhizinisi eMnambithi ngenxa yezikhukhulu. Mbukela ke sathi nje ke qhu 8 siyabuya ke unganyakazi.
Enkosi kakhulu ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya Jikelele elimbukeli likhaya lakho yithi Zava. Kanti ke uGerald Mathebula ngumseki kunye nomlawuli we-Indigenous Dance Academy pha eThembisa waqala ke le academy ngonyaka ka-2005 ngenjongo yokuxhobisa ukufundisa kunye nokuqeqesha ulutsha lwapha eThembisa. Mathebula ke usebenzisa umdaniso wasesitalatweni njengendlela ke yokubandakanya ulutsha kwizinto ezokwenza ukuze ke basinde kwingxaki nezinto eziphume ecaleni zaselokishini. I-IDA ke ineminyaka engaphezu kweminyaka elishumi yamava kwezomdaniso i-theatre kunye nasencediseni ekuhlaleni. Ukusixelela ke ngakumbi ngoku sinaye umseki apha e-studio uJarrell. Jarrell, masikubulise sikwamkele enkqubeni, unjani?
Ngikhona someone right.
Siyaphila nam. You amaphantsula. Sikhule ngawo kaloku.
Yes, that's one.
Uqale nini intoni yakufaka umfutho, and I mean looking at the fact that ilizwe liyatshintsha but why maintain intoni yakwenikeza ba uqala umfutho?
Mina ngabona ngisakhula ukuthi okay ngihlala ngijaba kuma family functions bayakujutha uyashisela ngatazi imigomo in the streets ngibona ukuthi khamba kanjani, and I started realizing ukuthi a lot of people want to dance like me yabo. Ngathi ngivule academy, obviously the main important things are java sinayonto esiyenzayo, and plus always wanted to do what you love and get paid for it, right? Yeah. So the most important thing is that let's group each other, let's do this thing, make it a community, it's flowing, listen to the show to Bamnandi in this dance form.
And I mean now that useke academy, because ngiyethanda kakhulu into kubana uye walola amehlo nengqondo waqonda ba okay lento dine passion yayo, let me turn it into a paycheck. Ngelo xesha ukuphuculela netalent laselokishini.
Okay, lento ngingaze ngibone nini isikhathi mesiqala ukwenza iSoweto Funk ngakhumbula ngata mangalumbuso asinika something I can actually make money from this thing. I'm gonna carry down, okay, getting paid to dance. That's the most beautiful thing ever.
Wow. Yeah. And also nesibhujwa. Usasibambile. Kuthi intshatshele esibhujweni.
Isibhujwa ngathi it's mostly I think isibhujwa started from ispantul or organically. But manje isibhujwa is soft, it's smoother, so much hamara. Ukabona into ezinjalo, then we take it and say like asinde the technical, asinde ngibone effort and just show people good lento lesiyayithanda.
Ngiyafuna uqonda bana throughout the years since 2005 ungathi mhlambe uhonorishe njani lo mdaniso?
Honoration ukuthi ngina ngibuild culture, I stick to the culture, I stay true to the culture, and I'm making sure that we uplift and develop the community.
Yazi umbuzo beninawo ngaphambi kokuba sibe nodliwano ndlebe wazi. I mean kutheni nje ndingaboni isiphantsula sitrenda xa uvula social media? It's like mhlambe omnye umuntu angathi sibhubhile, ungaphendula uthini ngalonto?
Asibhubhanga, it's just that ngithi isiphantsula si technical, it's like people make an effort. So TikTok and everything else is more simpler dance. So it makes everybody feel like they can dance. So that's why everything more feeling at was everything can trend. More technical shy span we are we behind the scenes. Yes.
Share with us success stories zenu, because I mean isiphantsula siyasiqonda kudala kojika majika kwakubusa sona. Naphi na uyaqonda bana if umuntu udanisa isiphantsula lo muntu lo yingqwela. Can you share with us success stories zenu?
I think our success stories is elevated from going to music videos, to going to ads, to going to billboards, to making sure we sustain and feed our families. That's our success stories. And our biggest one, personally, is like when we did the Global Citizen. That was the biggest thing for us. It was like, okay, yes,
Global Citizen,
yeah.
Wow.
So we met a lot of performers, Asha, we choreographed for Asha. Yes, yeah, I know Asha like you understand.
What breed
what's up? Yes, ringa, no, you understand. Yeah, that's how the success stories are coming upon. It's the most beautiful thing to have. You understand, Asha?
Dear Mars,
okay, I know. No, I'm kidding. That's the one. That's the story. So.
You, so Asha, no Beyonce,
Rick Ross, Pharrell Williams, Manin Sebas Faguma Adidas campaign, Sesachuna, we can on bank campaigns. No, like I'm a push. I know we're working a lot with the government to uplift the youth. We travel, do corner to corner activations to make sure that later, guys, let's do this thing. We can't do it, and there's passion to it. It's difficult though, but we're getting there.
This is black excellence. Yes. This is black excellence.
Yeah, obviously on Instagram, you're gonna find us on at Foundation IDA, Facebook, the same thing. Minanguchara Matebula, if you go Facebook and everywhere else, all the social health forms.
Abashe kongalele ngoku. Abasondele. Yes, dihamba ngomva.
Okay, see. Ivolume lapho.
ubusuku bazobe bengilandelela nami ufuna ukuba yisuka ngikhulume lapho kamompela wathi maleni ngidrive imoto zakakhes phakathelo plumegasi nami ufuna ukuya phesheya lapho ngizoba ngathi impilo izobe isihlelela.
That's so nice. Oh, so refreshing. So different.
Wow.
Ubani ko Instagram mo i-hand mo santaka. Yes.
Todo lo que me invento me lo trillan. Chandaloro sello.
Lesithathu ke leli hora esilidikadikayo umbukeli sethembe usaphatheke kahle sesafa ukujuluka baze badansa abafana ngo-2024. Uyilindele le nto?
Hayi, I think yazi date namhlanje zindoni? zi-36 zika-December.
Lalela akwazi ukuba ujana.
Zi-36 zika-December. So
khona ke umbukelo bekhala ethi ama-bank ayahlupha ke these days. Ama-ATM methi nje uya-withdrawa ivele ithi insufficient funds. Niwabonile kodwa amapansela eshadume ngazo. Hayi nami chabe ngilibangisela ke eceleni ngidansa nabi igama lohleli Ekhaya Jikelele. Igama lami nguNonxolo Komwali. Umantshingi ihlaba ngaleli mhlophe eqwa. Intokazi yale ondini ingase sishamthetho sesifundazwe esidala. Njengamanje ke mbukeli siqala ihora lesibili lohleli Ekhaya Jikelele. Omunye kubebuza ukuthi kuze kuthiwe nje thatha ispoon uzodla nami wena ubuyaphi ekhaya kithi. Sibawukhulu ke babukeli ukuthi nihlanganyele kanye nathi.
Hey, sibulela ngenene nangenyaniso kwaze kwamnandi Ekhaya Jikelele. Ngenene ikhaya ulinqina ngothando, imfudumalo, ulonwabo. Ngenene nangenyaniso mbukeli apha ekhaya sitshothe enhla njengoko kaloku singena kwinkqubo yethu yokugqibela. Ngovimba wethu ke kuqoqoze imiphandle. Ngaphambi ke kokuba sihlabele mgama masikhumbuze ngamanqaku esithe sawenza kwiiyure ezingaphambili naquka lawa athi ityala ke loMzantsi Afrika ngakwilizwe lakwaSirayeli liza kuxoxwa namhlanje kwinkundla yezizwe ngezizwe pha eNetherlands. Kanti ke imvumi uBlack Coffee ungeniswe esibhedlele emva kokubandakanyeka engozini. Singabalibali kaloku amaphantsula hayi jonga benze amawololo. Mbukeli amade ngawetyala masingene sijonge kaloku eziphala phambili kule yure esingena kuyo.